When you think about these massive, iconic companies, it's easy to forget that almost all of them have a story of survival. A single moment in time where one wrong move could have wiped them off the map. Well, for Tesla, that moment wasn't just a close call, it was the brink of total collapse. And one single decision changed absolutely everything.
So what does it take? Well, this isn't just a business case study. It's a story about leadership, about taking a profound, almost unbelievable risk, and about just unwavering belief. To really get the Tesla we see today, we have to go back in time. Back to a moment when its entire future was hanging by a thread. And everything, everything, depended on the answer to this one question. Okay, let's set the scene. The year is 2008. The whole world is feeling the squeeze of the global financial crisis. And in the middle of all that chaos, there's this young, ambitious electric car company, and it's not just struggling, it's hurtling towards disaster. This wasn't a bump in the road for them, it was an absolute terrifying freefall.
When you boil it all down, the problem was painfully simple. Cash, or more accurately, a complete lack of it. Tesla was just burning through money at a rate that was completely unsustainable. There was no profit on the horizon. The financial well wasn't just low, it was bone dry. But look, it wasn't just about the money, that would have been bad enough. The crisis was much deeper than that. It was a production crisis. You see, they had these super ambitious goals for their flagship car, the Roadster, but they were missing them badly. Costs were spiraling out of control, and the factory floor, well, it was just one setback after another. So what happens when the money's gone and you can't even build your product? Something else, something maybe even more valuable, just evaporates. And that's confidence. Investors, they started running for the hills. Employee morale hit rock bottom, and the public started to see the whole electric car dream as, well, just a dream, a nice idea that was quickly fading away. Now, a crisis like this isn't some abstract corporate problem on a spreadsheet. No, this landed squarely on the shoulders of one person, the CEO, Elon Musk. Suddenly, the company's crisis became his crisis. It became deeply personal. And you have to understand, his personal stake here was just immense. He'd already poured almost every penny of his personal fortune into the company. And to make matters 1,000 times worse, his other crazy ambitious venture, SpaceX, was also fighting for its life. So just imagine the pressure. He was getting squeezed from all sides, and his options were just disappearing one by one. So it all came down to this. A choice that was just brutal and incredibly simple. On one hand, you have the logical move, right? The sane option. Cut your losses, save what little you have left, and just let Tesla die. But on the other hand, there was this monumental gamble. Go all in. Put your very last dollars on the table and risk complete and total personal ruin, all for a tiny sliver of a chance to save the company. This was it, the moment, the decision that would define not just Tesla's future, but his own. And it's important to remember, this wasn't happening in some big boardroom with a bunch of advisors. No, this was happening in the mind of one man, all alone, facing a truly impossible choice. This was his point of no return. With everything, absolutely everything hanging in the balance, he chose Tesla. He committed his last remaining funds. He chose to bet it all on the one vision he just refused to let die. But you see, a decision like that, it's about so much more than just money. It was a signal, a catalyst. It was like dropping a stone into a still pond. It ignited a chain reaction, sending ripples out that nobody could have predicted. Okay, so here's how it played out. First, you have the signal itself. Think about it. When a CEO puts his very last dollar into his company, what does that say? It screams unwavering belief, right? And that signal, it caused a shift. Other investors saw that total commitment and thought, okay, maybe there's something here. Their faith was restored. And the result? Literally, at the 11th hour, they managed to secure a crucial round of funding. And just like that, a future that had looked completely impossible was suddenly back on the table. But let's be really clear about something here. This wasn't some triumphant victory lap, It was more like a desperate gasp for air. Tesla survived, yes, but by the absolute thinnest of margins. They now had just enough runway to keep the lights on and to keep that dream from flickering out. And when you look back, the long-term impact of this one moment goes so much deeper than just the financials. It actually forged the company's entire identity. It created this legacy, a culture built on taking huge, audacious risks.
Because the true impact really wasn't about dollars and cents. It was about psychology. It fundamentally changed how investors looked at them, not just then, but for years to come. And inside the company, it absolutely electrified morale. Imagine being an employee and seeing your leader go, quite literally, all in with you. That one single act put Tesla on a completely new path, a much more resilient one. It's like this near-death experience just hardened the company. The Tesla that emerged from the ashes of 2008 was a different beast entirely. It was tougher, it was smarter, and it was way more focused. When you face extinction and you somehow survive, that changes a company right down to its DNA.
And this quote really says it all, doesn't it? Tesla didn't survive because of some lucky break. Luck is passive, it just happens to you. This was about action, a deliberate, conscious choice, made under the most intense pressure imaginable. And that choice completely reshaped the company's destiny.
So that's really the heart of the story, isn't it? The ultimate takeaway. Whether it's in business or just in our own lives, we all face these moments, these impossible choices. And I think what this incredible story shows us is that sometimes the thing that looks like the riskiest decision imaginable can end up being the one thing that saves everything.
This is CorpFile, inside the world of big brands. Subscribe to explore the real stories behind the companies that shape our world.